I know my name's Zan, but I'm going to be frank with you real quick. Madden 23, more than any other Madden that I have ever played, is about freestyling on the offensive side of the ball. And this is a skill set that a lot of players tend to struggle with when playing this game. Most years, you guys have one or two setups that you really tend to run, and maybe you change a route or two. But this year's game is about changing a lot around one route that your opponent has to make micro adjustments to. So in today's video, I'm going to take you through the process of kind of understanding how to freestyle lab an offense and how to keep your opponent on their toes. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to show you guys how to lab a freestyle offense. Now, I know that's kind of an oxymoron of sorts, but it is something that you guys need to learn how to do in this year's game. I think that over the years, a lot of players have developed this mentality that you basically have a couple of setups that you basically will change one route in to kind of keep your opponent on their toes. However, this year's game is a lot tougher to move the football in, with the pass rush being the way it is, the offensive line being the way it is, man coverage being the way it is, the pre-snap cadence being the way it is.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
You guys get the gist. There's so much that they've done to the offensive side of the ball that makes moving it quickly and efficiently pretty difficult. So I'm going to take you through the process of kind of identifying how you want to run an offense around a certain problem route that you guys can use against your opponents. Now, this is going to check a bunch of boxes here for you guys, because what I'm in here today is the run and gun offense. This is a legacy playbook that has been a fan favorite every single year for countless years, but this year they've added in some interesting new plays. And you'll notice that there is one in particular in the single back bunch that is called Z-Mesh Goal Line. And this is actually designed to be a pick play, and they brought back an old problem route from a few years back. Now, if you remember back in Madden 13,
You're so old.
yes, I'm aging myself a little bit, there were slant outs in Madden 13, and they took those out of the game because they were just too powerful against man and zone. Now, much of that same coding logic still exists now in Madden 23, 10 years later, and you guys can utilize this concept very, very easily. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys how to utilize this route. And what's really, really great about it is it actually will still run a slant out if you motion it to the other side of the formation, which is really, really awesome for the purpose of getting a free release. So let's go ahead and start off. We got this slant out right here. If I were to try to smart route it, you'll notice it does not smart route. So the first thing that we're going to do here is, obviously with this being a high man blitz meta, you guys are going to see a lot of cover zero. Now, some players are going to press, some are going to play off coverage. It just kind of depends. Some are going to shade up out of a press alignment. That's a very, very popular way that players will play, is they want to give you the press look to make you think that you got to get the ball out quickly, and then they bail. This is a really, really good concept to use against those players, because with them shading over the top, this is going to allow you to throw that slant out to the sideline so easily. And you see right here that we got a nice little pick play where we can throw the ball to the outside, pick it up really, really well. So right here, we're actually talking about beating man coverage. But if you guys are really, really struggling with man coverage, you guys ought to head over to gridirongameplans.gg. In just about 3 weeks into the season, we've already put up 4 game plans, 2 on each side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, we have my match game plan teaching you all the rules of quarters, palms, cover 6, and cover 9. And we also can apply that into my big nickel over G game plan. Now, I know defense is strong in this year's game, but I'm not playing man coverage. I'm out here preventing people from crossing midfield, and you guys can take a look watching me run and demo these game plans live on twitch.tv. On the offensive side of the ball, we've got my X Nasty offense. This is an offense that arguably is one of the best man coverage beating offenses in the game, because it tells you not only that they're in man coverage with pre-snap formation tells, but it'll tell you exactly whether or not it's a cover 0 blitz, cover 1, 2-man under, even if they're doing things like base aligning. There are so many tells that this offensive game plan gives you pre-snap that no other offensive formation gives. On top of that, you guys get access to the vault as well. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of gridirongameplans.gg, the best value in tips Madden. I promise you that much. And we're also going to have our Discord lab session starting tomorrow, Wednesday, the 7th of September, and we'll be running those every single Wednesday all year long. So I hope that I'll see you guys on the website and in the Discord. Now back to the video. Now, what's cool about this too is, let's say that our opponents are playing this coverage. Maybe they're shading over the top out of a press look or whatever. And maybe they said, okay, that's enough of that. I don't want to give that up anymore. I'm now going to put, you know, maybe an extra, I'll take care of the tight end with my user. So I'll take Wagner and man up the tight end. I want my safety, I want to put him in a purple zone. So now they've got what would be considered to be a bracket coverage. They've got a guy in man-to-man, and then they've got a zone in the same area to kind of create a 2-on-1. But what's really, really cool about this is that the slant out actually gets underneath and outside of the purple zones. They just drop way too slow. So this is one of those zones, or one of these routes, that actually does attack purple zones very, very well. And not a lot of players are going to set their purple zones to a depth that is going to be basically going to get you into the area where this throw is. The next thing I'm going to show you is going to be a hard flat. So I'm going to put my same player this time into a hard flat zone, again mimicking the user taking the tight end over the middle, and I want to show you what this looks like. So in the event that they do play a hard flat, you should be able to, provided that they don't get a jam animation on you, be able to get out and outflank them on this throw as well. Now you see right here, they actually did get a jam, but the cool thing about this play is that you can actually kind of fit that angle route back over the top. So this is a good man beater in terms of the way that, these routes run. Now, again, I did mention that if they are jamming you at the line, this is a really, really good opportunity. And I'm actually going to spot the ball on the other hash here for the purpose of spacing, because this is an outbreaking route. I'm going to show you guys, if they do decide to play a roll up press coverage, we can actually still get a free release off the line with motion of our slant out to the other side. So this can be an unbumpable route if you guys know what you're doing. So you see here that this route actually becomes a slant, and you're going to be able to throw it over the middle. I did believe I said that this route flipped in the early on portion of the video. That was an incorrect statement. I do apologize for that on this.
Honesty is the best policy.
Being able to get off jam obviously is really, really key. Now, on top of that, you notice that we utilize the short and elite on Deebo Samuel to be able to attack and be able to, get open against man coverage if they are pressing us and impeding our release. But what's really, really nice about this is that so many players are going to play kind of a press alignment, and then they're going to shade their coverage up. And unless they decide to play like a linebacker in a hard flat, really it's going to be impossible for them to drop like a nickel corner into a hard flat, because that's going to unman that receiver. If they decide to put a safety into a purple and then try to, for instance, shade down the coverage, that's now going to put them back into a press alignment. So that's going to put them in a spot where they're susceptible to getting beat off the jam if they want to put a safety in that spot. So these are just the schematic things that you have to think about when you're labbing through an offense. It's very, very important. Now, I did say here in this video that we were going to lab around this route. So I want to kind of show you guys a way that obviously we've got a route that creates a mandate for the defense. Okay, I know that I really can't play man-to-man on this. It slants to the outside, outflanks him. It's a problem. I can't put a purple zone. I really don't want to play a hard flat on the field because there's corner route spam in this game. How do I combat that? And that's exactly what we want for the defense to be in from a man coverage perspective. So when you're running something like this, I think it's really, really key that you guys try to work in other routes, whether that be an apprentice of some sort, or basically just trying to create a situation where now they know that there's multiple routes on the field that can beat them in multiple spots. And that's really the key to beating man coverage in general. If you can win over the middle of the field and you can win to the outside of the field, it puts them in a spot where they can't really blitz you anymore, because there's going to be guys in two different locations where the user can't be. So now what we're going to do is obviously build around this slant out. We know that we can beat man-to-man coverage to the low outside. Now we have to win high over the middle. So I'm going to employ George Kittle on an apprentice with a post. And I think that this is an absolutely fine thing to do, because what we can now do with this is kind of create a high-low for the user over the middle, like especially if they're blitzing and they're not paying attention to the tight end. But we also have the ability to kind of ad lib with use check. If I wanted to, I could whip him to the outside, because this route is going to hit quick to the outside. This is going to release over the middle and then whip back outside. And then we got this route that's winning over the middle here. Now on the backside of this formation, if I wanted to, you could go ahead and run isolation routes, curls, you could run slants against off coverage. You could do a lot of different things. You could just run off down the field to open up in the event that it's, you know, a zone coverage, hopefully some room for your post to work. But what you're going to find with this is that, you know, provided that you can pick up the pressure against a cover zero, this is going to create some problems for them because you're going to have so many routes winning in different areas of the field. As you can see right there, we didn't block anybody up the middle, which is definitely a foundation of Madden 23. This is the worst I've ever seen the offensive line in this game ever. Everything screams at the quarterback in this game, unfortunately. But, you know, again, you're going to see here just how quickly we can get this ball out. But you're going to be able to see just how quickly we can get the ball out, even against the blitz meta here in this particular defense. So, you know, if I block the running back, ID the mic, you know, sometimes you'll have to do that. But you're going to see here that I can fit this throw outside very, very quickly. Now, Trey Lance drew an inaccurate right there because he's Trey Lance. Bear down. But what we're going to be doing here is, you know, obviously just learning our quick hitters. We have these routes that are going to be able to win over the middle, getting them out of the blitz, hopefully into a cover one alignment. And then from there, that is where we can kind of start to work our other reads on the field. So maybe in this situation, you could run the whip route because you know that's going to be a route that can win quickly. So you see right here, maybe you hit Kittle. You throw that ball right there on his post. You win right there. But maybe you don't like the Texas route spacing underneath of it, that little angle. So maybe you decide to whip use check, post Kittle, and then, you know, do whatever you want here on the backside. Maybe you even motion in this guy and put him on a whip because as we know this year, whips are very, very good at beating man-to-man coverage. This is going to give you kind of the pick off the line with Kittle pressing vertical, opening up Debo on the slant out, the return route or the whip route underneath with use check following Samuel, the isolation backside route in the event that it's just one-on-one with no zone help to the backside in the flat, and then the high route over the middle. So you see that we're able to win low and outside early, low and outside late on both sides of the field, and in the middle of the field where the user is designed to be. So again, you see right here, Kittle, I can throw that ball obviously where the user needs to be, and we're able to beat Ramsey, who has one step ahead. So you don't have to have a route running ability. In this situation, Kittle actually does have a route running ability, being shut off by the one step ahead. But naturally, this is something that you guys are going to have to practice. You're going to have to mix in your motions. Things that you can obviously do with this, you might put Kittle on a post route, motion him across. This should, I believe, update. Here we go. Let's try that again. Put him on a post. My play art is glitching. There we go. And now all of a sudden we've got a better leverage with this motion. Debo Samuel's working to the outside against an inside leverage. This is something that could be really, really valuable for you guys. So you snap this ball, he lights up, you throw that quick out to the outside, and Trey Lance botches another throw. But again, bear down. I really do think the Niners are going to beat us on Sunday, just for the record. But I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. You know, this is just something that kind of teaches you guys how to isolate a route that you think could be something that you want to build an offense around, and then kind of learn how to space and freestyle the field. I know that obviously Lance botched a lot of throws in this video, but you guys saw open receivers against the sticky man coverage in this game, and this was also filmed on All Madden. So what you see right here on All Pro will play up even more. So I hope that you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to drop those below. Always want to know what you guys are thinking about the content here on the channel. If you guys have special requests, drop those below. If there's something you want to see, how to defend something, how to beat something, you know, obviously go to Gridiron, but I'm here to help you guys as well on the YouTube channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Ann. Get in the lab and good luck.